Okay, trying this again because I was about 2 minutes in when I was looking at the screen and not the camera. That's how long it's been since I've done a video. Anyway, so I was watching something on YouTube. Um, the town in, I believe it was Ireland, Dunblane, in '96, they had a school shooting, and it was a very short documentary. I didn't get through the whole thing. They were doing a documentary on them, but also Sandy Hook, which came 16 years later, and I think two priests, one from Connecticut and one from Dunblane, had been communicating, and just why and how and everything, all the similarities, whatever they were going through. But it got me thinking on one thing in particular that I've thought about for a long time, and but then something else as well. So I'm just going. So the first thing is prosthetics, and I'm a firm believer in high tech, in technology. Love it, love it, love it. And my prosthetics, they are now high tech. Right now, they are high tech. Hugh Herr, Herr. You don't know him, if you've never seen him, you don't know anything about him, YouTube, TED Talk. This guy was in school, biophysicist, uh, avid rock climber, had an accident in '82, I believe it was, and lost both legs below the knee. Well, he still rock climbs. I don't know to this day. They may be the walls that are in the rock climbing places that they have in various places so that you can kind of get that fix done. But as far as I believe he is still rock climbing, like for real, outside on real mountains, hills, surfaces, um, with his prosthetics that he designed. He put these things are so high tech. The first time I saw him on a TED Talk, before I realized what was on the below on his legs below the knee, because he wears his pants with the pant rolled up, so you can see the prosthetic. I mean, if he had the leg rolled down, you would never know. This guy was doing this talk, walking around this stage like he owned it. And when I got into what he was saying and the camera panned back and you could see, I'm like, what? I mean, what he has, his brain thinks to move his leg, to move his foot, and that's what happens. Computers connect computers in the mechanism. You've got wires connected to the nerves in the leg. This guy is unbelievable. And we have the technology. It exists right now. And I don't understand why anybody, and I know we're in the United States and this country is built on capitalism, I get that. I'm talking humanity here. And lest we forget, need I remind you, I have Asperger's. So I don't have that connection, that emotional connection. I don't have it. I'm perfectly happy right now in this time we're living in. And a lot of people are just going crazy because they can't talk to people and they can't be around people, and they not a problem here. Very happy. But why are we not, anybody who loses a limb right now, why is it just not immediately replaced? And I mean, I'm not talking about welfare state. I'm not talking about we now take care of them for the rest of their lives. I'm talking about why is it not replaced? So that we don't have to take care of them. They can now rehab to figure out how to use it and then go and continue to live their life and be productive, or maybe not be productive. But the whole point is, we're not going to take care of you, but we're going to give you the things you need to do that for yourself. Why? Why is this not happening? This is what I want to, part of what I want to give. This is what the YouTube video, the Sandy Hook and the Dublin, Ireland thing, it got me wound up. I'm like, why are we not at this point? Basic humanity. I don't understand it. And I'm not saying I don't understand it so that somebody can explain it to me. It doesn't matter what your explanation is. I don't understand why this doesn't happen. Why is this not happening right now? Why do people have to lose a leg, lose an arm? Some people lose legs and arms. And it's just, oh well, there you are. Bob's your uncle. Okay. You've lost, okay. Now, we can, and I understand that arms and hands are a whole different thing. I'm a pianist. Lots of dexterity going on here. Okay? Maybe you can't duplicate that. But you can hold a coffee cup. You might be able to hold a pen and write letters, or maybe single finger peck on a keyboard to do emails and stay in communication with people. Text on a phone. What? I'm not. Why do we not have this? Again, let me tell you, I know we're a capitalist country. I get that. But why do we not have this right now for those people, anybody that loses a leg, an arm? Why do we not have this? But here's the thing that I've thought about for so long, and I am obviously not in a position to do anything about it, but somebody, someplace can. This is a big one though. But we have parts of our country, and of course everything's global now. There are parts of the world where they flood over and over and over and over and over again. All the time. The same region, the same part, the same spot gets heavy rains all the time, and it floods. And then we have parts of the country that need water, that don't get as much as they need. So here's the thing that I thought of probably way back in my teens, maybe mid-20s. Gigantic funnels. They are recessed into the ground. And when the rain starts, of course you need the rain, so not a problem. But when it keeps going, and it keeps going, and then it floods, and then that part of the planet has too much water for them to deal with, and other parts have barely any. It's a global thing, but I want to talk the U.S. That part of the country would have more water than they need, while there are parts of the country that have barely enough to get by. they're flooding, and this part is a drought. So, funnels, gigantic funnels. They're recessed cone things. They're sleeves inside. I mean huge. And they would come out of the ground at some point, and as they come out of the ground, they're going to open up and get really big and wide and collect the major part of all of that water and send it to huge underground reservoirs, so that that part of the country that is seriously getting way too much water is now not getting way too much water. And that water is going, I mean, a network, huge reservoirs all over the country. Then, when the rains stop, the funnels recess back down. There has been no flooding in that part of the country. They got some much needed water. And now we have all of this water that we can use on parts of the country that need it. Maybe in the agricultural areas. All of that rainwater that just freely came down, it's now there, sitting in these reservoirs. And if for some reason the reservoir is filled up, you can release it into some man-made lakes and rivers, dams. That's for somebody else to figure out. I'm talking about, I came up with the funnels. Why has this not happened? Why do these parts of the country continually keep getting flooded over and over and over again? And people sit back and just, well, it's Mother Nature, it's the weather, gosh, what can you do? Funnels. Very simple concept. But on the scale that we would need, they would have to be huge. They would not only, and they're not only now collecting the water, they're acting like umbrellas. They're huge, and they're really big. And so the places where the people, where the businesses are under those funnels are not getting rained on. There's no water on them because the funnel's collecting it all. It may be a little dark because they're going to block out the sky, but I mean, going with a little darkness as opposed to flooding, losing your home, losing your business. Oh my gosh, we've got to scramble. We got to get the sandbags. We got to fill them. We got to put them in the high tech funnels. Just come up out of the ground and open up. Collect the water. Act like an umbrella for what's underneath the funnel. Why haven't we done this? We want to go to the moon, we want to go to Mars, we want to go. What about right here? What about right here, right now? I figured I've had this YouTube channel for a little while. I have thought about the funnel thing for a long, long time. And I figured, okay, put it out there. Let somebody, why has this not happened? This is what I'm going. Why has this not happened? Why do we not have high-tech prosthetics for anyone that loses a leg or an arm. Why do we not have that? I have Asperger's. I don't like being around people. Even I came up with this. Why do we not? Everybody's talking about, oh yeah, one mankind, everybody's the same, we're all brothers and sisters. Yeah, that's what everybody says, but yet we have this. Why? And that's rhetorical. I'm not asking for somebody to give me their explanation as to why this is going on. It's still happening. That's not the point. No matter what kind of rationale you want to give me as to why this is still happening, my question to you will still be, why? Because it's not happening right now. So the only question is, why? Why not? Why is it not happening? That's what this was about. And now I'm done. I've put it out in the universe. Before it was just in my brain. You know, Elon Musk, that's one for you, buddy. You would love that. Branson, Virgin, you could jump on that one. Gates, you and Melinda, you guys could jump on that one. Somebody could handle one or both of those situations. Done. And yet, here we are. I don't get it. I do not understand why at present time, 2020, this first day of August in 2020, these two things that I've just spoken about, why are they not a reality in our lives? Why are they not? Not looking for an answer. I'm not looking for an answer. That is, why are they not a reality, and who now is going to jump on it and make it a reality? Because we are at the point in humankind where they both should be realities. They should have been put in place a long time ago. I'm done. Thanks for listening.